Welcome to the 5 Diamond Hospitality Training for Food and Beverage Breakfast Hosts. Our goal with this training is to provide a warm and welcoming greeting to each guest and to prepare them for service from a server. There are 4 simple steps to seating each guest. Greet the guest, point out the buffet, hand the guest a menu, and notify the guest about the server. The first step is to greet the guest. Be sure to greet every guest who enters your area with "Good morning." You can then ask, "Will you be joining us for breakfast?" If the guest is alone, do not say "just one," making it seem like it is awkward for them to be there by themselves. Instead, you can ask, "Are you ready to be seated now?" A great example of how to greet the guest is, "Good morning. Will you be joining us for breakfast this morning? Is your party ready to be seated now?" The second step is to point out the buffet. As you guide the guests to the table, take that time to tell them about your buffet. Mention that there is a buffet in addition to the full menu that you will be giving them, and point out the location of the buffet. Remember to always walk with the guest and do not run away from the guest. A great example of this conversation can be, "We have a wonderful buffet in addition to our menu that is located right over there. It includes eggs, waffles, fruit, and your beverages as well." The third step is to hand the guest a menu. Make sure that you choose a table that is clean and set with the proper settings and condiments before you seat a guest at it. Pull the chairs out for each guest and wait for each one to sit down. Do not place the menus on the table and just walk away. Instead, hand each guest a menu and wish them a great breakfast. The last step is to notify the guest about the server. You can tell the guest that the server will be over to the table soon to help them. If you happen to be the server for the table, introduce yourself by name and tell the guest that you are their server so they know who to contact in case they need help. Remember, the 4 simple steps to seating each guest are: greet the guest, point out the buffet, hand the guest a menu, notify the guest about the server. Now don't forget the basics while you are seating guests. Make sure to greet every guest with a warm smile. Maintain eye contact throughout the entire conversation. Always guide the guest to a seat. Do not run away from the guest. Provide a menu to each guest. Never assume that they will be having the buffet. And remember that all these steps should be used for anybody seating a guest, whether you are the actual host or not. Thank you for completing our food and beverage breakfast host training.